One. Hello, welcome. Today with me is Jelena radonjic. She is an award-winning career fulfillment coach, speaker, author, and Forbes Coaches Council contributor. She's really passionate about helping conscious aspiring professionals thrive in the career that they love. She has actually over 25 years of, international recruitment experience, and I'm so glad to be able to bring her here to give you guys some great tips, especially in these times. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to the introduction?
Thank you so much, Bryce, for inviting me today. It's really a privilege to be here and talk to you. What else can I add? I think one of the things I'd like to point out about my career coaching is that I bring international recruitment experience and tons of business experience, but also lots of personal development work and even spiritual practice. And I blend all of that into quite a unique mixture of coaching, which is to a certain extent deeper level coaching like a life coach would do, so to speak, with bits of different spiritual practices and tools and techniques that I learned not only training as a coach, but also doing a variety of like transformational coaching programs and things just for me, but actually they serve me really well in my coaching. And then of course, as a career coach, I draw on my experience in recruitment, which is the sort of more guidance bit where I help my clients implement everything we learned through the process.
So, what problems are people trying to work with when they solve? Is it only people, who are struggling in career? I know you help with the mindset like a life coach, but what are they specifically going through?
Right. Well, there's a number of different scenarios, people that come to me. I like to qualify my clients as conscious aspiring professionals, which means I really like to work with people who understand that personal and professional development go hand in hand. In other words, you can't really grow as a professional if you don't challenge yourself and grow as a person. So in terms of different scenarios, the majority of my clients are in career transitions. Okay, so that means they may not like or love what they've been doing. They're feeling stuck or even burnt out. There's no alignment between what they're doing and what they really care for. In other words, their values or what drives them. It could be that they've been made redundant or even just left because they hated it and they had enough or whatever reason. So they're looking for what's next. So in those career transitioners, sometimes I help clients to identify something completely new. And there are people who transition into new industries and new jobs, or perhaps even into self-employment. So they kick off their own business. Sometimes the change is not as drastic and it's just about regaining the confidence, refocusing, regrouping, and then going for something that is similar to what they've done, but maybe in a better environment that appreciates them or which matches their values. I get people as well who don't want to be working in traditional industries anymore, and they want to create more impact with their work, or they want to work for an organization that actually has social impact. So I've seen a lot of people transitioning into anything to do with climate change, sustainability, environment, healthcare, all sorts of, or tech, all sorts of industries that actually, first of all, are growing and employing more people, but also can more visibly show the impact of your work. So you feel that you're contributing more in a more positive way. I also work with individuals who want career development. In other words, people who want to step up. They're preparing for leadership roles. So that's also a possibility.
So what caused you to get into this line of work? Like, what were you doing before, and what was the catalyst for you getting inside of this?
Right. Well, I think I was quite lucky in the sense that I really liked from start what I was doing, and that was recruitment, in the sense that it always had meaning for me. because I was bringing two parties together and matching them for a mutual benefit. So my early career actually started in Japan. That's something I didn't mention, or I don't know if I mentioned to you. So I worked in Tokyo for 4 years, and then I ran the European operations of the same Japanese company in London for another 6 years. This was early career and graduate recruitment, and mostly carried out through events and bespoke campaigns. So my clients were always big corporates, and I was supplying talent to them. So I didn't work for a big company, but they were always my clients from a variety of sectors. So I found that work really meaningful because, you know, I was helping people get the jobs and careers that they really loved or felt passionate about or excited, especially when you're young and you're just starting in your first or second job. You know, you can conquer the world. So that was very inspiring for me. And on the other hand, I also, you know, tended to work with employers who would offer really good prospects and kind of career development opportunities to high potential sort of early career and then also eventually mid-career professionals, because I moved slightly. Finally, my last full-time job was in education management and recruitment. In other words, my clients were business schools and universities, and I was matching MBA, executive MBA and master students with schools and universities. So again, it was a kind of recruitment, but for, you know, for different purpose, for rather education rather than a job. But that helped me actually see the full circle of how people develop through education and how they build their careers henceforth. And I was able to sort of follow the journey of, you know, from graduates and early careers right all the way up to sort of director level. And it's very interesting. That's what fascinates me, like how people create their lives, how they lead their lives, what makes them fulfilled, what kind of work they pursue. Finally, the catalyst to start my own career coaching business was, I was actually looking for what is the thing that I really want to do, which can bring everything together. And I spent a couple of years off just doing various stuff, translating some books and indulging, doing stuff that I like as extracurricular activity. And then I realized that people were always asking me for advice, for interviews, for CVs, for preparations, or rather resumes, as you would say. And I thought, okay, why not do a little bit of this work, which I did pro bono. Had really good results. And then I thought, why don't I do this as a business? And then I qualified as a coach. And then I actually started a business in career coaching.
Okay. You know, what's your vision for your business?
Right. That's a very interesting question. Given that I started relatively late, I would say, in the second half of my life, because I'm at that age, I don't envisage growing a massive business in terms of, you know, employing people and so forth, though who knows. But what I'm actually working on right now is looking for a strategic partner that can leverage technology and sort of market size and just bring my coaching models into that, and perhaps bring some other coaches along with me, because I know a lot of people have a really good network of fabulous professionals who are coaches and consultants. So I think that would fit in with the model of learning and growing. And there's, as you know, there's learning is all moving online anyway, and there are lots of opportunities to actually include coaching within online learning in some of the existing platforms. So that's what I'm looking at. Also, what I see myself doing more in the future is one-to-many rather than one-to-one. So I have a group program which I'm running now for the second time, so that will grow. But I also enjoy speaking and giving workshops, training, and so forth. So again, perhaps doing more of that online to reach a wider audience would be very interesting. And I guess later on in life, probably writing more and publishing books. I think that's on the horizon.
Okay. Nice. So, you know, well, I guess the next question is, well, what is success to you?
Success. I ask my clients that often because in coaching, obviously, it's hard to define goals if you don't define what actually success means to you.
Mm,
Maybe you'll be surprised, but one of my ultimate values, actually my top value, is peace of mind. So it's not anything external, and success in that sense is living in alignment with what's important to me,
mm,
which means, yes, constantly learning and growing and impacting other people, serving other people, doing great work in what I do. But first and foremost, keeping a really good balance and enjoying life while I'm living it.
okay. Excellent. Are you working on any special projects or programs right now?
Well, as I mentioned, I am exploring collaboration or a strategic partnership, so that's ongoing. Recently, I was also, there was a book that was published called The Joy Recipes for Abundance, and I was a co author together with a dozen or so ladies, mostly coaches and consultants. And we shared our personal stories around how we grew and what kind of adversity we had to go through and how we came through to the other end. And I was particularly drawn to this because the theme is joy, which is very important to me, which is about this appreciation for life on a daily basis. So in terms of other projects, there will be possibilities maybe for further books, either co-authoring or fully authoring maybe in a few years' time. I have a lot of content and a lot of material. It's about shaping it and actually choosing
Yeah.
what bits I want to use.
Yeah. Uh, how can people learn more about you?
Right. Well, I'd be very delighted to talk to your audience. My LinkedIn profile obviously is quite lively. I'm on LinkedIn daily, but also they can visit my website, which is whatwork.co.uk, and also they can email me at Jelena, which is JELENA at whatwork.co.uk.
Okay.
I think these are the best ways, and I'm always happy to offer a complimentary consultation and just to find out, what a person is striving for or what perhaps pressing issues they have at the moment. I find fascinating talking to people. I'm just, yeah, genuinely curious and happy to listen. So, yeah, I look forward to connecting more.
Excellent. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate, your experience and you coming on and just sharing some stuff with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Bryce.
If you guys want more great interviews just like this one, I recommend you go check out the links either above or below this video. It's to our free group where we are constantly providing interviews and tips and training for you guys to move forward in your life and start to make improvements. So if that's what you're interested in, go ahead and check out those links either above or below this video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed creating it. Feel free to hit that share button so someone else can get some value as well. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon. We're done recording in 3 and 2 and 1.